Goats exist. Goats exist. Goats exist. Alimony. 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 I was talking to my friend about alimony. We got into an argument, and I was just thinking about how that sounds like alimony sounds like it should be like, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, alimony. That's so dumb. The Father, the Son, and the alimony. How do I do that in my voice? That's the first time I've ever done that. Wow. Oh, man. So, some stuff happened this weekend, but I don't know if I really want to talk about it because the people are real. There are real people involved. So I can't really talk about maybe like 10 years from now. It's weird how that works. Like, I feel like you used to be able to talk about... I guess you could talk about whatever you want. Who cares? Alimony. Father, Son, and the alimony. All right. Anyway, so I was with my... this is a different thing. I was with my girlfriend, and her daughter... She was trying to send her daughter to bed. She was like, honey, go brush your teeth. And she's like, okay. And she ran upstairs. And, like, we obviously heard her giggling upstairs, like she wasn't brushing her teeth. And she's like, honey, brush your teeth. And she's like, I am. She's like, that's the water. Don't you hear it? And it was, it reminded me of me now. That's why I get along. I have a child's sense of humor because I remember I had a roommate and he had friends over. And alimony. Sorry. And he, I don't know, I think that sounds like alimony. This is supposed to be a church organ, doesn't it? There you go. Oh, man. So it reminded me of my sense of humor when I had, my sense of humor, like, so, when I, my friend had, my roommate had friends over, and, they were downstairs talking like adults being adults, and I was upstairs. This is not that long ago. It was a couple of years ago, and I was upstairs blasting that. I was like, Day-o, day-o, daylight coming. And I hear my roommate, and he's like, okay, I don't know what that's all about, but all right. It's pretty funny. But yeah, oh, my roommate. Oh, crap. I just remembered my roommate. Me and him did not get along at all. One time he came home and he was with his friend and a girl, and they both walked in the door, and I was drinking a little bit. And I was like, hey, guys, what's going on? I was like in a rowdy mood. And they were like, hey, what's up? And I was like, you want to see some magic tricks? And I showed them all these card tricks, and I was doing like those weird things, like I told them all to stand in the doorway and like push their arms out like as hard as they could against the doorway, and then take a step forward and then relax their arms, and their arms are supposed to naturally go up in the air. I was like doing stuff like that. I was like doing the hula hoop in front of them and like doing like tricks with cigarettes. It was like didn't make any sense. And I'm like, come on guys, you want to see another one? I'm making them like, one guy's upside down, the other guy's like standing on the other guy's feet. It didn't make any sense. So finally they were like, all right, we're gonna go upstairs now. And I was like, all right, when you guys are finished, come on down, I'll show you more magic tricks. And they're like, okay. And then 5 minutes later I heard and I realized they were just waiting to have a threesome, and they were like so annoyed that I kept bothering them. And later on my roommate was like, we were gonna ask you to join, but she thought you were too weird. And that's fine, because why would I want to join? I don't know. I can't imagine like having sex. Like, sex is, awkward enough with one person, and then you gotta like have your friend there, and then two friends. Like, what if there's two guys having, like, what does the other guy do? It's like, all right guys, like, it's just weird. I don't know. I just show her magic tricks while I'm just butt naked. You want to see a card trick? I don't know. But yeah, I think one of the reasons my roommate hated me is because I didn't go to regular bars when I used to go out to bars a lot, I would go to dive bars because I couldn't stand college bars. Like, you go out there and like the music's so loud, it's like, hey, what's your name? Cindy. So it was just ridiculous, and plus nobody there had any interesting stories. So I used to like to go to dive bars where they would play like, you know, regular music, and everybody had a story. It was like war veterans and people who were homeless and people who were like just their lives were falling apart or hanging by a thread. Because I like interesting stories. I like to get into adventures, and I used to take a lot of the homeless guys out to eat after we would drink all night. Like, we'd go to this pizza place. I remember I held this old homeless guy's hand and we like ran, and he had a trench coat and was like blowing in the wind like a cape. I'm like, come on, Larry. And then we went to this pizza place, and he didn't have any teeth, so I had to cut up his pizza and feed it to him, and we were surrounded by all these college girls staring at us. It was really funny. But yeah, there was this one homeless guy, and he was a kid. Well, you know, I say kid, but he was like probably about 22, and it was at the same dive bar, and I was drinking with my friend, and my roommate wasn't there, and this kid is like, hey, I don't have a place to stay tonight. And I was like, come on to my place. And I had no idea who this kid was, so I invite him over to sleep. I got him all set up on the couch. I got like comforters and pillows. And then my roommate comes home, and he's like, what the fuck? And I was like, come on, it's fine. So I had a friend living in the basement, and I live, you know, my room was upstairs, and my roommate's room was upstairs. And my friend who lived in the basement said he heard like running around all night, like. But yeah, obviously my roommate was pissed because I let some homeless kid in who I didn't know. And the next day I woke up, everybody was gone except the homeless kid. So I go downstairs and I was like, I'm sorry, man. Everybody's mad at me. You gotta get going. And he's like, hold on one second. And he had a backpack, and he reached into his backpack and he pulled out this giant gun. And I just started laughing. I was like, okay, all right. This is how I'm going to die, I guess. This is great. And I was like, that's cool, man. He's like, I shoot out windows with it. And I'm like, oh, awesome, man. So I was like, let me see it. So as soon as he gave it to me, I grabbed it, and I was like, you gotta go right now. I was like, I'm a cop. Didn't make any sense. I just started saying random shit. I'm in the Marines. I'm a cop. Everybody I know is a killer, a murderer, serial killer. Gotta get out of here. So he left. And I saw him a couple weeks later outside one of the bars. And he's like, I need to stay at your place again. And I was like, no, you can't, man. I'm sorry. Everybody hates you. Everybody hates me for letting you stay there. And he's like, motherfucker. And he like tried to fight me. But he's in jail now because he robbed some old lady. But he stole her purse. But yeah. So yeah, my roommate hated me for that. But his feet stunk anyway. So I remember when he first moved in, he would walk around with his shoes on. And I would be like, dude, you got to take off your shoes. And he was like, all right. It's almost like he knew. As soon as he took off his shoes, it was like the worst smell I've ever. It was like, to say it's like you pulled into, I don't know, it's like you opened up an old garbage that like with meat that's just been sitting there, and it was disgusting. The whole house stunk. And I was like, all right, just wear your fucking shoes, dude. I've never smelled it like, ugh, just thinking about it right now. But he's dead now. I remember one night we used to just like had this weird like passive aggressive tension. I mean, we actually flipped out on each other a bunch of times, but there was this one night where I was sleeping and he was banging on the door, I guess because he locked himself out, and I was like, no, not gonna let him in. And I hear him banging and banging and banging and banging, and finally I'm like, whatever. So I run downstairs and I opened the front door, and it wasn't him. It was some random guy that was driving by, and my front porch was on fire. The whole porch was just engulfed in flames. And he's like, call 911! And he ran inside my house, this guy that I had no idea who he was, and he grabbed the garbage, dumped all the garbage all over the kitchen floor, and started filling it up with water. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I went upstairs and started grabbing random shit that I wanted to save. Like I had like underwear and artwork, stuff that didn't make any sense. So I'm like running downstairs with all this like piles of stuff in my hand. And I called 911, and they put out the fire. But yeah, still had my suspicions that it was him, my ex-roommate who started the fire. Probably not, but it's a better story if I think of it that way. But yeah, I think the whole point of this was alimony. I got into an argument with my friend about alimony, and I'm not gonna say I don't even know what alimony means. I mean, I do know what it means, but like, how'd they come up with that word? But anyways, the point is, like, I'm not gonna say what side I was on, what side he was on. I'm just gonna say that I was right, and that's the whole story. So I won that argument, and that's it.